Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here on this late Friday night. Back again with another video right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video and hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And follow me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. Share this video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so YouTube can hopefully send out my videos to you. And if not, well, then keep refreshing my page, my channel, or try to look it up, or do whatever you can to hopefully watch my videos and share them with your friends and subscribe and all that other good stuff. That's all I got to say about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Friday night, October the 23rd, 2020, or if you're watching from somewhere else, it is now October the 24th, 2020, 1 week away from Halloween. Coming your way next week. We'll see what happens with that. A lot of kids gonna try to go trick-or-treating doing this fucking virus, and I don't know how they're gonna get candy. Some people around my way, they built like these tubes. They're gonna put the candy down the tube, and the kid's gonna open their bag, and it's gonna go right into their bag. That's inventive. That's smart, smart and inventive. So a couple of houses around my way that have that. So that's what they're gonna do. I think Rose is gonna try to be as much, safe when the kiddies come around. If we get a lot of kids, I don't know if we are, but kids probably won't come out till about like 2-3 o'clock anyway. And thankfully, I don't have to work till 5 o'clock that day. I work in the middle of the day, so when they'll just be going out, and the sun will be just about to go down. So most of the kids will be out already, and then there'll probably be some kids going out between 5 and 8 o'clock, and that's pretty it. No Halloween parties, no parade, none of that crap. Thanks to this fucking virus, well, that's what it is. And then after that, we get ready for Election Day. A couple of days after that, don't forget to vote for Trump. And that's all I got to say about that. And after that, we got Veterans Day, and then after that, 2 weeks after that, we got Thanksgiving, which should be interesting. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is gonna be virtual. It's gonna be all weird looking. Sucks. This fucking virus had to kill it. All the floats going down Times Square. All the kiddies happy. We see Santa Claus. But there's gonna be no Santa Clauses in the stores or even in Rockefeller Center. I don't even know what they're doing. The tree lighting. I don't know if they're gonna do that. They're probably gonna do that virtual tree lighting. I don't know what they're gonna do. But then they got Hanukkah coming up as well. Kwanzaa, and then New Year's Eve, which probably gonna be virtual because nobody's gonna be down there. Unless you're an idiot, but it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about that. So, holiday season is just about almost upon us. Another couple more weeks, about another month or so, another 3-4 weeks, and then we'll get to the holiday season, the busy time of the year, Black Friday. Where hopefully not a lot of people go out. I don't think a lot of people are gonna go out because of this fucking virus, and but the stores are gonna be open. Like my store, because it's an essential business. So it's just going to be a really, really, I think it's going to be a bad holiday season. People are going to be buying online mostly. You're not going to be going to many stores because mostly the malls and most of the stores are going to be either closed or you can't get anything there. So all the people that want a PS5, you have to get online, and it's going to take you forever to get one. That's why I'm going to wait. I'm waiting until probably next year to get mine. Even though I can get the digital one, I think for like $2.99. I think it was $2.99 or $3.99, something like that. But then I can download all the games. But I don't know how that's gonna work. But I do want Final Fantasy 16. I actually saw the trailer for it. Holy shit, it's good. Holy crap! And I thought 15 was good. Even though 15 was okay. It was, long. Not like Final Fantasy 12. That's long. That'll take you three years to finish that game. That's how long it is, with all the hunts and all the side missions and all that other stuff. It's crazy. But if you know what you're doing, it took me like a long time to finish that game. And then Final Fantasy 13. I still haven't beat that game. I haven't even beat 13-2. I haven't even played most of that game. That game is stupendously stupid hard. With all the side missions and all that shit. You have to choose your own destiny or something like that. It's just really retarded. And then 15, I actually thought was pretty better. It was way better than 13 and Lightning Returns, and which was Final Fantasy 13-3. Then 15 came along, and 15 wasn't that bad. And now 16 looks pretty damn good, And it'll probably take us another 5 to 10 years for Final Fantasy 17 to come out. But we'll see what happens with that. Resident Evil 8's coming out. Resident Evil Village is coming out. Which I think basically called Resident Evil 8. But it is what it is. So enough about video games and all that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, on this late Friday night, as always, on this channel, it is time for another video, and it is time for your late night Smackdown Live review for October the 23rd, 2020, from the Thunderdome in Orlando, Florida, at the Amway Center for another couple weeks, for another month. Though we don't know what's going to happen after Survivor Series for the rest of the year. And then they could go other places. I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go. But right now the Thunderdome. I like the Thunderdome. I think the Capitol Wrestling Center where NXT is, and the Performance Center and Full Sail University are all hot spots because of the fucking virus spiking around the country, around the world. Fucking insane. It's only gonna get worse, especially when the winter comes and the winter is coming up in about 8 to 12 weeks. If you're in the Northeast, because it's probably gonna be a really bad winter. I'm not talking about health-wise for this fucking virus. I'm talking about snow and all this other gooky shit. And who has to go out in it? This guy. But my store won't close if we have like 6 inches of snow. They'll make me come to work. Then I'll have to somehow get to work with the fucking bus. Or I might take the cab. And that's another pain in the ass. The cab has to travel on the ice and the snow and the slush and all that gook. It's just gonna be a pain in the ass this winter. I can just feel it. My dad's supposedly getting a new car soon. Save me money. Save me money on getting cabs. Taking a late night bus home. Getting hitch ride for free instead of paying $9, $10, $11, $12 for a fucking cab. But it is what it is, and that's that. All right, so Smackdown, the go-home show before this Sunday's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, was a pretty decent show. Not bad. We had Roman Reigns, Mr. Cockfist himself, basically telling Jey Uso what the consequences are going to be for their Hell in a Cell match. Hell in a Cell I Quit match for the Universal title. We had Bayley and Sasha. Sasha is trying to force Bayley to sign the contract. Will she do it? We'll see. And we also had some stuff with Murphy and Seth Rollins. Starting their little feud, even though hopefully they're going to start getting rid of the Mysterio storyline. Aaliyah might still play a part in that damn fucking storyline because she's kind of with Murphy now. So we'll see what happens with that. And also we saw Laura and Otis, the Miz and Otis in the courtroom. We had at the APA, I think JBL was the judge or something like that. Just fucking stupidity right there. And we had an 8-man tag to start the show, but I'll get to that in a minute. And that's pretty much it. So, not a bad show, but let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. And the chat room's open if you want to come in, and we'll talk some Smackdown for a little bit. And not too long, but because I got to go to work tomorrow. Thankfully, I have after tomorrow, I have 3 days off, so I can watch Hell in a Cell tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Sunday. So I'll give you my review after Hell in a Cell goes off the air. And then Monday night, got Monday Night Raw right after Raw Monday night. So my schedule is starting to pick up. So I'm gonna do my AEW review Sunday afternoon probably during the Jet game. So AEW and NXT review, I'm gonna combine it. So you're gonna get 3 videos on Sunday, all on the Peter Gilmer YouTube wrestling channel. So I can get all those 3 videos. Actually, 2 videos. Take that back. 2 videos on Sunday. The AEW NXT review and your Hell in a Cell review. Getting you ready for Hell in a Cell and all that. And tomorrow, TGC 182, my Hell in a Cell predictions. Late tomorrow night when I get home. Probably won't be home until about, I'd say, around 11:45-ish. I get out at 11. So I'll be home by 11:30. Then I got to eat. So I say about 11:45. Probably around 12:30. I'll probably get on and I'll do the video, give you my predictions for a very short card. Not that much on the card as of right now. But I'll talk about that tomorrow night on TGC Reborn. So check it out tomorrow night. Link to the channel is down below. So subscribe to TGC Reborn and the Peter Gilmer YouTube wrestling channel and all my other channels as well down below in the description box. And I'll tell your friends as well to subscribe. All right, so let's begin SmackDown. So we begin SmackDown with Michael Cole and Corey Graves running down what we're going to get tonight. Roman's going to reveal the consequences for Jey Uso. And like I said, and the Otis and Miz court saga. But aside from that, we go to the ring and we have the Kevin Owens show with our good friend Kevin Owens. He jokes about the draft meaning very little, but he's happy to be bringing us the Kevin Owens show. And his first guest will be Daniel Bryan. Yes! And he comes out and they sit down together. Owens thanks Bryan for being on the show and for mentioning him last week as someone he liked to wrestle with, which sentiment that Owens shares along with Bryan. He mentions they've beaten each other up a few times, and Bryan is happy to have had that as they push each other to be better. Bryan wants SmackDown to highlight the best talent in the world. He puts over the roster they got right now, which isn't a great roster. He wants the Intercontinental title defended on the show each week, like he said he was going to do when he was going for the title in that tournament. Owens talks about the two of them possibly teaming up to go for the tag team titles. And he notes that he's never been tag team champion. Bryan says that Owens has betrayed a lot of friends, Sami Zayn and other people. and champion, man. Owens goes back to selling the notion of their team, and he's even got a name for it: Team Hell KO. Okay. Brian knows Kane was the Hell part of his old team, and that was that. And then they get interrupted by the team of Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. They come out. Ziggy has the mic, and he feels that Brian overlooked the two of them when talking about hot young talent. They're not that young, but I digress. Bobby Roode mocks their dream team, saying they should be talking about him and Ziggler because they're the best tag team in the world. No, Bobby. We all know who the best tag team in the world is, and that is the Young Bucks. Just saying. And then the Street Profits come out after that. Why not? Montez Ford and Angel Dawkins start mocking Ziggy and Bobby Roode. They remember what happened last week. But despite that, they're happy to be on SmackDown because they are up and they want the smoke. So get them a cigar. No, I'm just kidding. And then after that, we get the former tag team champions Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. They come out. Cesaro is sick of being disrespected after carrying the tag team division for months. Not that many months, but it is what it is. Brian says he and Owen should team up now, and then they start a big, humongous brawl, and then officials break it up as we head to break. And guess what we get next, ladies and gentlemen? A Teddy Long tag team match, player. So we get an 8-man tag team match after this. So I gave the first segment 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much all I can say about that. And we move on. All right, then we get to the match. And we start off with Kevin Owens in the ring, fighting off the heels. Owens starts off with Shinsuke, hits him with a lariat, then a senton that the camera missed. I don't know. The camera was very bad tonight. Then he tags in Angelo Dawkins, and Nakamura says, double team him, and they take over on him. But Dawkins survived, and he tags in his partner Montez Ford. They run amok on Cesaro and Nakamura. Ziggy blind tags in, drops and hits a drop kick on the Montez Ford. And then Shinsuke with some cheap shots on the outside. Bobby Roode comes in, hits a backbreaker. So they go to work and they isolate Ford for a little bit. Montez Ford fights back, hits an insecurity to Cesaro, gets the hot tag to Daniel Bryan, who unloads on Cesaro before tricking him to the outside. Hits a suicide dive on Cesaro. I don't know why he's doing that with his neck. Dumbass. I think he really wants to die. But it is what it is. You think he wants to get another neck injury, and then you know what happens. He'll be a fucking paraplegic. But I digress. All right, and then Brian tries for a crossbody, but Cesaro caught him. Brian slips off his shoulders and starts continuing to go berserk on Cesaro. Tries to backflip out of the corner, but seems that he did it, and then he flipped back, and then he looked like he hurt his knee. So Cesaro smelled blood and starts stomping on the knee on the outside as we go to a break. We come back. Brian's getting isolated by the heels, and they're beating the crap out of his knee. And Ziggy comes in, starts mocking Brian. Brian tries to fight back, but Ziggy takes out the knee, attacks in Cesaro. Cesaro locks in a modified half crab. Goes into a one-legged big swing before tagging in Ziggy. Brian comes back, counters a move, and catapults Ziggy into the corner. And Ziggy tags in Bobby Roode. He cuts Brian off before he gets the hot tag. He puts Brian on the top rope, tries for a fisherman's buster superplex, but Brian fights out of it, knocks him off, and hits a missile dropkick on Bobby Roode. And then Brian gets the hot tag to Angelo Dawkins, who goes nuts on everybody. And we're getting a bunch of cut shots. I'm like, what is this? I'm like going from here to here to here to here to here to here. Just very bad production. Somebody's gonna get fired. So anyway, Nakamura gets pinned and he kicks out. Hits a spin kick, then a lung blower, or whatever you want to call it. Lung blower, backstabber, whatever you want to call it. Texas Cesaro hits a good range powerbomb on Angelo Dawkins, but Owens comes in to save the match. And then everybody hits their finishers. Why not? Cesaro rolls up Dawkins, but the referee sees him using the ropes for leverage, so he tells him, "You can't do that." And then Dawkins picks up Cesaro and launches him up in the air and hits the sky high. He tags in Montez Ford, goes up top, hits a big time frog splash. 1, 2, 3. Brian, Kevin Owens, and the Street Profits get the win. Match is all right. Gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Not bad. Pretty fun. And then that's pretty much. That's all I got to say about that. So 2.5 out of 5 stars for the match, and we'll see what happens with all those involved in that tag match as we go to Hell in a Cell, and then coming out of Hell in a Cell after Sunday night, as we get into Monday Night Raw on Monday, the aftermath of Hell in a Cell, as we start building to the Survivor Series on November the 17th, I believe it is. I think it's November the 17th. Let me check my dates. I think it's the 17th or the 21st, I think it is. Let me check. I think it's the 22nd, actually. I think it's the 22nd. And then War Games is the night before on the 21st. So we got we're 3 weeks away from Survivor Series. So they're going to start building towards Survivor Series probably on Monday Night Raw and on Smackdown next Friday night. So we'll see what happens with there. As we get to the last of the big 4 pay-per-views of the year. And don't forget, we got TLC in December. We got another takeover for NXT, Takeover 33. Takeover 33. I was right, 33, because 32 is going to be War Games. 33 is going to be in December. So we're going to see what happens with that on December the 6th. That's when the next, when after War Games, we're going to have a couple weeks to build to the last takeover of the year. And then we'll see what happens as we go into next year. There might be an NXT takeover maybe on Royal Rumble weekend. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see what happens with that. And where Royal Rumble's going to be, we don't even know yet, depending what's going to happen, where the WWE is going to be after the Survivor Series. If they're going to be in the Amway Center, they're going to be somewhere else. They might be on the road. And depending what this fucking virus is going to be doing in the next 2-3 months. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. All right. Then we get a really bad Law and Order parody. They do the whole dun-dun stuff. They're in the courtroom. And this is for Otis's briefcase. Like, we don't give two shits. So we got Ron Simmons playing the bailiff. He introduces Judge JBL. So we get a little bit of a APA reunion. So JBL lists the charges and lets Miz give some opening statements. Miz cuts off his lawyer. And I guess, I don't know why. He's like, well, I could have done this myself. So Miz lists a few legal cases he could use as precedent, but just needs the truth as Otis has victimized him and isn't upholding the standards of a Money in the Bank contract holder. So Otis gets his opening statement. He says he won the contract by winning the relevant match. So the Mrs. Lawyer points out to him that Otis just made a good argument. So Mrs. is like, "You're fired." So bye bye the lawyer, and then we get a to be continued thing. I have no idea why this stupid angle is even happening. Just to get Otis off the away from the Money in the Bank briefcase, or if he's actually gonna even cash in on it somehow. But we'll see what happens with that. So I gave this 2 out of 5 stars. That's utter stupidity and a really bad way to hurt one of my favorite shows. One of my favorite shows, Law and Order. Even though I like I like the original Law and Order, and I liked SVU. Did not like Criminal Intent. I hated that one. There's supposed to be another one after that they're making. I forgot what the name of it is, but yeah, I'm a big fan of SVU. Who's now on the USA Network now on Sundays. So good thing I tape it. So it is what it is. All right, so we get all that. So like I said, 2 out of 5 stars for that, and we will move on from there. And like I said, chat room's still open if anybody's around and awake. And if you want to talk, we'll talk. And then that's pretty much all I got to say about that. But if not, it's all right. I don't care. I know it's like 1:35 in the morning. Most of you are probably sleeping or jerking off. I don't know, whatever it is. That's all I got to say about it. All right, then we get the EST of WWE, the new and newest member of SmackDown, Bianca Belair. She comes out. She's going to take on the lovely Zelina Vega in one-on-one competition in just a second. But before that, we go to the back where Owens and Bryan celebrate with the Street Profits. I think KO had like a bandana on, and Bryan's all hyping up, and he's like, he says something like, he says some stuff and says a bunch of comedy lines. He's like, "Fist me!" And Angelo was like, and then Kevin Owens almost spits out his water, and chokes on his water. But you know what the sexual entendre of that one is? Like, Bryan wants to get fisted in the ass. So he could do that to Brie Bella, but is what it is. So we get that, and it was kind of corny. And then we get our good friend El Generico. I mean, the guy that plays El Generico, Sami Zayn, the man who raped all those orphans in Mexico. But I digress. He shows up. Everybody leaves. So Sami disagrees with Bryan's vision for the Intercontinental title being defended every week. As he's the champ, so he decides when and if it gets defeated. And he wants Bryan to keep his vision for the title himself, because until he loses the belt, things will be done his way. So we're not gonna get the title every week. We're gonna get it whenever Sami Zayn decides to even freaking defend the belt, which probably won't happen at Hell in a Cell. Probably will be at TLC at this point. But then again, maybe on SmackDown and after the pay-per-view. But we'll see. I'll get that. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we move on from there. All right, then we get to match number 2, Bianca Belair and Zelina Vega. Was what it was. So with them tying up, Bianca overpowers Zelina Vega early on. Zelina with a slap. They break, and then Zelina's like, "Screw you, Bianca!" Smacks her right in the face, which just pisses off Bianca, who throws her around like a rag doll. And then Zelina comes back with a little bit of arm work, but Bianca isn't fazed by it. It just starts beating the living bejesus out of Zelina, throws her around, slamming her all over the place. She fumbles out of a head scissors attempt. She kicks Zelina down and hits a standing moonsault. Zelina tries to hold onto the ring skirt, and then she lands a few kicks to Bianca's midsection. Then she hits a beautiful head scissors. But Bianca, Zelina tries for a monkey flip. Bianca landed on her feet and punches her out of the air. It's like wee, poof, almost like a Superman punch. Bianca she does the clean jerk because she used to do that. Not that kind of clean jerk, you idiots. And she picks up Bianca Belair and goes, the cleaning jerk to Vega, drops her over the top rope, and then she hits the kiss of death or the KOD, and bing bang boom, we get Bianca Belair gets the win. So it was an okay match. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. A lot of people saying it was a squash. Zelina Vega got a little bit of offense in, so maybe it was a squash. It sucks to be Zelina Vega, but it is what it is. And that's pretty much it. So like I said, 2 out of 5 stars for that. And we will move on from there. And that's that. All right, there we get a video package of Lars Sullivan, the Freak. And so we get that, and we go to break, and Lars is going to up next against Shorty G, Chad Gable. So come back, Shorty G's in the ring waiting for Lars. Lars comes out. Before Lars comes out, I should say, Chad Gable gets on the mic, says he's fed up with the state of things. He went undrafted, and tonight he's going to turn things around against Lars. Yeah, right. Then we get to the match. Match wasn't anything right home about, fucking squash match. Gable gets caught early. Lars hits a fallaway slam, then a flapjack, and just Lars Sullivan's having a good old time beating the crap out of this jabroni. He puts him on his shoulders. Gable fights back with an eye rake and hits rolling thunder kick. But Lars avoids the second one, tosses Shorty G across the ring like he's nothing. Then he hits a clothesline. Then he picks him up and hits the freak accident. 1, 2, 3. Lars Sullivan squashes Shorty G. And that's it. So I gave that 1.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. And then I think it was later on in the show, or it was after the show. Chad Gable gets interviewed, and he's just basically pissed off. And then he quits being Shorty G. You thought he was gonna quit for real? I wish, but because they really, they went from him being with Jason Jordan, being NXT Tag Team Champions, and then being American Alpha, then being the Smackdown Tag Team Champions for a little bit, and then they basically got rid of them when the draft happened, and then Jason Jordan went into that whole stupid program with Kurt Angle being his son, and then he suffered a neck injury, and then now he's an agent and a producer in the WWE right now. So it is what it is. That's what happens. So sucks to be Chad Gable. So go back to NXT if you don't like it. Not that you're gonna go do anything in NXT. Maybe you should just leave, but just don't go to AEW. Go to TNA. Maybe your career will pick up. But I digress. I don't think it will, because he sucks. That's all I gotta say about that. So, like I said, 1.5 out of 5 stars for that crap. And so yeah, then like I said, right after that, Kayla asked him how he feels about after the match. He's pissed, and then he quits. So, kind of like how Austin Theory quit after he got beat not once but twice by Bronson Reed on NXT this past Wednesday night, because he says he's the future. No, you're not. That's what happens. You talk a lot of shit, you get your ass kicked. Got beat by Adam Cole, baby. And then I forgot who he lost to last week, and then this week he loses twice to Bronson Reed. So maybe he's getting repackaged. I don't know. If he does quit, hey, come to he could AEW. Not that they're going to use him properly, but because there's no more Evolve, because Evolve I don't even know what happened to Evolve. Evolve is dead now because we bought the rights to it. That's why Evolve hasn't had shows anymore because of this fucking virus. So you can blame that one, but that's that. So we move on. So Shorty G quits. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. Don't come back unless you're gonna be Chad Gable. Not that I care. So goodbye. Go fuck yourself on the way out. That's that. All right, then we go to the back with Seth Rollins' interview, the Friday Night Messiah. Talks about plucking Murphy from obscurity and guiding him. Promises to have fun breaking Murphy down later in the night. Calls Murphy confused, but the greater good is all of us, and he needs to remind him of his place in it. He says he's a savior. Murphy is a disciple who walks behind. And tonight he's going to define Murphy's role for him. So we'll see what happens with that later on in the show. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's that. All right, then we see Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman in a luxury suite. Nice little big room for Roman because he's Roman Reigns. Got to give him the best room possible. And Roman's pissed off about catering because, Titus was doing the catering. Or, and he just looked pissed off. So he's kind of contemplating what he's going to say to Jey Uso later on. But we'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we move on from there. And that's that. All right, then we stay in the back, this time with Adam Pearce, the WWE goon. Vince's goon. Vince's head of security and I don't know what, like agent or whatever he is. He goes into the trainer's room to talk to Shorty G, trying to say, don't quit, we're gonna job you out every other week now. Anyway, so Shorty says he quits being Shorty G. Thank you. He's done being a character who pretends everything is fine. He's not some smiling face on top of a PSA. There's only one man that can achieve anything he wants, an Olympian with a long wrestling pedigree, and his name is Gable. Chad Gable. And, nice Bond. James Bond impression. Though lacked intensity. But it is what it is. So, Shorty G is no more. The gimmick is done. Now we'll see what happens with Chad Gable going forward. Not that they're going to use him correctly. I thought he won't give a shit. So I guess they're going to keep everything as a last name basis, except for a select few. Imagine they call Kevin Owens just Kevin, or just Owens. That'll suck. That's not. So we'll see what happens with Chad Gable or Gable, whatever you want to call him. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars, and we'll see what happens next week with him, and we move on from there. And that's that. All right, then we go to the ring with the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. Don't give me a hug. And she's sitting in the ring on her chair, which she still has. And she starts talking, and the mic cuts out. Fucking botchamania, that one. She says she's been asked about Sasha over and over and over again about after not signing the contract for the Hell in a Cell match on Sunday. She claims Sasha doesn't deserve a shot at the belt. She wants to be done with Sasha, but can't get it done just yet. And she starts mocking Sasha's claim that her name was bigger than the title. Then she mocks the size of Sasha's head. Okay. And she wants to sign the contract because Sasha isn't the boss of her. So, you're not the boss of me now. Good song. And then after that, the boss Sasha Banks comes out with the contract, and she's like, "You're gonna sign the contract, Bailey, whether you like it or not." They go back and forth, and then Bailey tried for a chair shot in the head. Sasha avoided it and gets the SmackDown Women's title, and they have like a little tug of war with that. Sasha tells Bailey she'll give her the belt if she signs the contract. So they continue the tug of war. Sasha lands a knee and then grabs the chair and puts it over Bailey's neck, about to humanize her neck unless she signs the contract. Bailey fights out of it, but she's stuck in the chair. And Banks, with a modified camel clutch, sitting on her back, fucking her in the ass and making her humble. Not in a good way, but it is what it is. So she demands Bailey sign a contract. Bailey's like, and she signs the contract before getting her neck and back broken. And then after that, Sasha pushes her down, and they see Bailey's laid out. And then Sasha picks up the belt, poses with the belt, and then drops the belt and leaves. So now it's made official: Sasha versus Bailey, Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Women's title. And I would not be surprised if Bailey beats Sasha, and this thing continues on and on and on till it might be a Survivor Series teams, who knows? And then maybe at TLC they have a TLC match, and maybe Sasha wins it there, or Bailey continues on to close to 400 days as champ. He's getting really close to 400 now. So we'll see what happens with that. So I gave all that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and we'll see what happens this Sunday night at Hell in a Cell with these two lovely ladies. And as much as I hope Sasha wins, I'm pulling for Sasha. I just think somehow, some way, they're gonna give Bailey the win. Because Sasha's record in Hell in a Cell is not that good. Not that good. She's lost both matches. She lost against Charlotte for the Raw Women's title, and she lost to Becky, I think, for the Raw Women's title as well. She just hasn't won the SmackDown Women's title yet, but I think she will eventually. But I just don't think it might happen on Sunday. But I could be wrong. The WWE could swerve or something. They give Sasha the belt, but she won't hold it long enough, because we all know Sasha's reign as Raw Women's Champion ended in like a month or two. So, you can expect like a month or two reign as SmackDown Women's Champion, probably losing it to either back to Bailey or maybe to Bianca Belair. But we'll see what happens with that. So I give all that 2.5 out of 5 stars, and we'll see what happens on Sunday. And that's that. All right, then we go back to the courtroom. Yay! Where we get the deliberation, cross-examination time. Miz starts questioning his partner, John Morrison. Morrison says Otis has assaulted himself and the Miz and others as well. He says the scars in his heart hurt the most. Then we get Rey Mysterio, of all people, on the stand. And he says he walked in and only Otis walked out with the briefcase. He feels Otis won straight up. And then we get the lovely Raw Women's Champion, Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka, especially a judge and my dick. But it is what it is. So Asuka gets on the stand, starts talking in Japanese, which leads to Teddy Long, who's a stenographer, makes an appearance. And we get Asuka going, holla, holla, holla. That was funny. And we get that. And after that, obviously, you know who's coming next. If you know with Otis, his partner in Heavy Machinery, Tucker, who's now on Raw. I just don't get why they're doing this on SmackDown and Raw now with El Gran Gordo. Sounds like a freaking character from Super Mario Brothers, but it is what it is. So anyway, Tucker gets on the stand. He runs down The Miz, saying that The Miz deserves everything Otis has given him. So Miz counters, trying to intimidate him. And Tucker scares Miz, and Ron Simmons tells everyone to shut up. Damn! Then we go to a short recess. JBL promises to give his verdict. And then Teddy Long's like, I gotta pee. Okay. And then after that, we go to break. But we come back from break with more of this crap. So I gave that part of the segment 2 out of 5 stars. So after that, Teddy Long comes back from taking his pee. After maybe drank it, I don't know. This tea tastes a little touchy. Anyway, so we come back from break. Tucker joins Otis at the defendant's table. JBL says something is missing. The legal uproar, specifically the truth, says all the complaints levied against Otis are just the job description for WWE superstars. He doesn't find the time Otis is taking to cash in being negligent. He says after minimal deliberation, JBL tries to rule in favor of Otis, but The Miz asks for a continuance. He says, "Could we get to do this next week?" So Miz really thinks JBL should admit his next evidence, a briefcase presumably full of money or something else in there. So he gives it to JBL. JBL opens the case, and I guess it's a bunch of money because he rules in favor of The Miz. And now we get Otis defending the contract at Hell in a Cell against The Miz. So that match is now official. So now we have a 5th match for Hell in a Cell. Otis defending against The Miz. I think you know how that's going to go. Otis is going to win. There's no way. I as much as I want Miz to win the damn thing and bring some credibility back to the Money in the Bank briefcase, I just think they're going to give it to Otis because, as we all know, Otis is a Vince McMahon guy. Oh, I love Otis. I love this fat fuck. Such good shit. No. So we get that crap. Just utter stupidity. Anyway, and then to end this crappy courtroom saga, we get Ron Simmons, and he's like, damn! And that closes the segment. So this whole thing is just a waste of fucking time, just to announce Otis versus The Miz for the right to the contract. Somebody's taking notes on New Japan Pro Wrestling. Someone's taking notes. Somebody's been watching the G1. Somebody's been watching the G1 Hunter. Or do you think Jay White's fight Ibushi over the contract? Of course, they have to do that, of course, but that's what they're doing that on the road to Power Struggle, which is I think November something, November the 5th, I think it is. Because they just started night 1. It was tonight was night 1 of the road to Power Struggle. I think the next one is next week, or night 2 is next week, or this week. I think it's this weekend actually. I think it's Sunday. So we'll get night 2, and then I think on November the 5th is Power Struggle, and then after that, I don't know if they're gonna do the Super Tag League or what they're gonna do. We got some lot of interesting stuff going into Power Struggle. Just a lot of interesting stuff. Bushi and going to New Japan for a little bit. Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi going after the junior tag team titles. That should be interesting. we got Will Ospreay and the Empire with himself and his girlfriend Bea Priestley and that new guy, Grand Old Khan, I think his name is, who beat the crap out of Okada at the G1. They're gonna have a match at on the road to Power Struggle or at Power Struggle. Okada's probably gonna get his revenge because he's Okada. We got Kenta cashing in his United States title briefcase against the United States champion. Well, I didn't even know it was champion at the time. Hiroshi Tanahashi. So got that. We got Suzuki Gun, Zack Sabre Jr., El Desperado, and Taichi going after the never openweight 6-man tag team titles that are held by Yoshihashi, Tomohiro Ishii, and I forget who the other. I think it was Goto. But we got that going into that, so it's pretty good. We got Naito defending the IWGP heavyweight title and the Intercontinental title against his arch nemesis Evil. And then, like I said, Ibushi against Jay White to see for the contract for the double title contract to see who goes to Wrestle Kingdom 15 and faces Naito for the belts, which I think is going to be Ibushi. And I would not be surprised if Ibushi finally gets his destiny and wins both belts at Wrestle Kingdom 15, and then probably loses it right away to Mr. Jay White. And then Jay White will probably lose it to Evil as the Bullet Club implodes next year. But we'll see. And that's that. So anyway, so a little bit of New Japan tonight. So we get that. So if you follow New Japan, that's all you get. But we got more stuff coming this weekend with, I believe, Night 2. And then at the end of a week from Saturday, a week from Sunday. No, I think it's November the 5th. Is when is they said November the 5th? I think it is. Let me just get my trusty calendar. November the 5th is on a Thursday, so that's what I think Power Struggle is going to be. Because I think they might have another event before Thanksgiving. And then I don't know if they're going to have anything in December. Because everything got fucked up. I mean, they did Dominion. They got Power Struggle. That I don't know if they're going to do. I don't think they're doing the Super Tag League. I don't think they're doing the Junior Tag League tournament. I think they're going to go. I think right after Power Struggle, they just probably have maybe one more event, and then they're going to lead up right into January the 4th and January the 5th, the 2-night Wrestle Kingdom 15, and then I think the day after that is New Year's Dash 2021. So January 4th, 5th, 6th. New Japan is going to blow up 2021 like they blew up 2020 with Wrestle Kingdom 14. And they've been doing pretty good, despite the virus. All the companies really, despite the virus, have been okay, except for WWE, of course, because they just stunk. This has been another bad year for WWE so far. AEW's kicking ass. Ring of Honor. They got the Pure Tournament finals coming up this weekend, or the Final Four. But I think it's Jay Lethal, Jonathan Gresham, Josh the Goods Woods, and I forget who else was in it. I forget the fourth participant. I know 3 of the 4, but I don't know the fourth guy. But that's going to happen this weekend, and then I think next week is the Pure finals. So by Halloween, by early November, we'll get our Pure champion, which has already been taped, so we already have it, but we just haven't seen it on TV yet. well, all those who have Ring of Honor TV, I get it on ringofhonorwrestling.com. So fuck you, man. And I get it for free. So like I get New Japan, I get everything for free. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. I'm a pretty cool guy. I got that money you wish you fucking had. That's all I gotta say about that. So Ring of Honor's had a pretty decent year despite the virus. You know, Matt Taven came back, beat the shit out of Vincent. So that feud's going to continue on. I hope we get Final Battle. I really hope we get Final Battle, and you know, we get something from Ring of Honor this year, a pay-per-view besides the pure title tournament on TV, which really should have been, which was supposed to be, the start of it was supposed to be at Battlestar, which was supposed to be in April at Terminal 5, that run-down piece of shit venue that it is. Well, I was supposed to see In This Moment as well, with that crappy band Black Veil Brides and a couple other bands. So that got canceled. I'm actually probably this coming week I'm gonna actually go on Access and try to get my money back, and then whenever we get concerts back again and we can go to concerts, I'll rebuy the ticket, or I might just keep it until whenever they fucking do this concert, which may not be next year, maybe 2022 at this point. So In This Moment could put out another record by next year. They'll have Mother, and they'll have the 8th album. Actually, no. Yeah, I think it's the 8th album. So, or they could just continue and continue to write, or do live, streams, which they really should do. Just to pass the time. They're not really making any money right now, which sucks. They're all in different parts of the country right now. Maria's back in New York with her boyfriend Joe from Dead, and her son in Schenectady. Travis is with his wife in Vegas, I believe. Chris and his wife are in California. Ken and his girlfriend, I think, are in Seattle or somewhere in the West Coast. And Randy Weitzel and his wife are, I think they're living in California, because I don't think they live in Pittsburgh anymore. I think they moved to California. So most of the band is on the West Coast except for Maria. So that's that. So, and other bands, have been doing a lot of stuff. Butcher Babies they had an announcement today. I think they're making the new album coming out soon. I cannot wait for Butcher Babies' new CD to come out. I believe their fourth or fifth CD. So they came out with the first one, then they had the EP of covers. Then they had Take It Like a Man, which is number 3. Then they had Lilith, which is 4. Yeah, I think it's a 5th album. I believe it's a 5th album. So I can't wait for that. It's going to be one heavy album. I can't wait for that. It's going to be fucking epic. It's going to be fucking epic. And I wonder who's doing the Super Bowl this year. I could probably give you one guess. Ariana Grande. Probably. Though I don't think she's done it this year. She could do the national anthem, but if she does the halftime show, I don't give 2 shits. She can sing that hot song Positions. She can switch positions on me anytime, but it is what it is. That video is kind of free, kind of, if you know what I mean. But In This Moment's video is gonna destroy that one. Fuck that. On Tuesday, As Above, So Below, the video premiere comes your way. I believe AC/DC Shot in the Dark video is coming out. I think Monday was coming out soon, and I already seen that most of it is fucking AC/DC at his best. Fire! You know, Brian Johnson's back. Angus is back. You know, they got the drummer back, and they have Angus's his brother in the band, replacing Malcolm Young. God rest his mighty soul. Speaking of that, I'm probably gonna do this video. It's old news, but so this happened on Tuesday night, I believe. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday night? I think it was Tuesday night. The lead singer of the Outfield, Tom Lewis, has passed away at the age of 62 due to a heart attack. Which fucking sucks. So they lost John Spinks years ago, and now they lost the lead singer. So they lost the guitarist and the lead singer. So the rest of the band, I don't know what they're doing. Most of them are like old and not doing anything, I don't think. So you can expect the Outfield albums to start climbing the charts, like what Van Halen's doing right now. Most of those albums are getting back up into the Billboard Top 200. I think 1984 is starting to climb up, which is basically one of the best albums they had. You know, a lot of people saying Van Halen won. I think 1984 was great for the David Lee Roth era. 1984 was the best. Sammy Hagar era. I would go with 5150. Then Gary Sharon that came on just to do Van Halen 3, which wasn't even that good. And then Sammy came back. David Lee Roth came back to do that Best of Volume 1. Best of Volume 1 CD. But I don't think, no, it was the first CD. Then they had the Best of Van Halen where David Lee Roth and Sammy did some songs. And then they toured and Sammy left the group again to form the Circle and form Sammy Hagar and Chickenfoot. And then after that, Van Halen went back with David Lee Roth and they toured it, and they had their last album. I forgot the name of it, but I think the last album was A Different Kind of Truth, I think it's called. Where they had this song New Tattoo. It wasn't great. The tour wasn't even that good either. Eddie was battling with his throat. Sadly, now he has passed away. He's jamming with Randy Rhoads, Jimi Hendrix, and Dimebag. Oh man, that's a big time supergroup up there, and with Lemmy. Woo-hoo! That's a concert you need to see. Let me playing the Ace of Spades. You got what in my face? Let me playing his fucking bass. Probably jamming to some Isley Brothers tunes or something like that. Playing his bass like time to play the game. Could be doing that too. I don't know. Maybe he's doing theme songs for like Bam Bam Bigelow, or or Andre the Giant. I don't know. Never know. They all these wrestlers have died. They can be getting freaking new theme songs from all the like Randy Rhoads and Jimi Hendrix and all the others that have passed on. Neil Peart, Eddie Money and all the others have died. Keith Flint from Prodigy, just having a good old time at that concert hall in the sky. Oh, someday I'll be there. I will see it. But by the time I get there, they'll probably be in another life. Probably all reincarnated or something like that. But I would love to see that. When Ozzy gets up there and David Gilmour and the guys from Def Leppard and Bon Jovi. And then eventually the guys from In This Moment and Maria and everything having a good old time up in heaven, screaming to that, well, in heaven. Not screaming to the heavens, but screaming in heaven. But that's that. All right, enough about that. I talked way more than enough that I should have. So, getting back to WWE SmackDown, we got the whole thing with Otis. So, Otis versus The Miz, Hell in a Cell for the contract. Not that I give two shits, and that's all I gotta say about that. All right, then we get Michael Cole wishing JBL was that easy to deal with back in the day. That's why he owned you on commentary back on SmackDown. Shut up! So anyway, and then they sent us to a vignette from Murphy and Rollins. What's going on with Murphy and Rollins? We saw what happened last week, where Murphy beat up Rollins. Then after that, Rollins makes his way to the ring, and we get a promo from Seth and Murphy, blah blah blah. And we see Murphy walk into the ring. Then we go to break back with match number 4, Seth Rollins versus Murphy. Okay match. They tie up, then they have a clean break. There's a start. Rollins shows Murphy and starts trash talking him. Murphy grabs your arm bar, starts working on the arm. Then they go back and forth with some arm ringers and escape. Rollins then lands a right hand. Locks in a side headlock, keeps Murphy grounded. And Murphy shows him off, but eats a shoulder block. And Murphy with a right hand, but he eats a Hurricane Rana. And then he goes to the outside. Rollins gets back body dropped onto the announce table. Said it, did not hit Michael Cole. Damn. And then we go to break after that. Come back. Rollins walks into a back elbow. He counters a tornado DDT and knocks Murphy off the top rope to the outside. And then we see Dominic and Rey Mysterio come out, because they have to confront Aaliyah about watching the match. Because Aaliyah must have came out. I didn't even see Aaliyah come out. Oh, and they're in the back. I don't think they came out to the ring, but Aaliyah was in the back looking on, because she wants some of Murphy's dick. And so Ray and Dominic are like, "What are you doing? You should not be watching him. He's too old for you." Anyway, so they're watching from backstage, and go back to the ring. Rollins gets locks him from behind, tries to like a back air hug, squeezing the life out of Murphy on the mat. Murphy drives Rollins into the corner a couple times. Rollins counts the last one, throws him into the corner. Murphy lands a kick, then hits a missile drop kick, and then both men are down. And then Murphy with a bunch of strikes, he tosses Rollins outside, hits a suicide dive that barely hit Seth. I was like, how's that? It didn't look too good. They get back in the ring. Murphy goes to the top rope for a meteor on the Rollins. Rollins kicks out of the pin. Murphy goes out and is really selling his left shoulder off the landing. So might have hurt himself legit, but we don't know. Murphy then hits a suicide dive. Assuming Rollins hits it's a Murphy with a suicide dive on the outside. They go back in the ring. Rollins with a flying knee off top rope for a near fall. Then they go on the apron. Rollins slams the arm down over the apron and a shot in the back of them. Then we see the Mysterio clan watching on from the back once again. So see what happens with that. I don't know why they're still going with this stupid storyline with the Mysterios and Rollins and Murphy. I wish it would end already. So we're gonna break a next break. Then we come back. They're fighting on the top rope, and Murphy tries for a top rope sunset flip attempt, but his arm gave out. But he super kicks Rollins, but can't follow up. Because his arm is he just can't get any weight on the arm. Rollins with the buckle bomb, but he runs into a knee trying to finish him off. Murphy gets a near fall out of that. Rollins elbows Murphy down, slaps him a few times, like, you're nothing without me. Murphy comes back with a right hand. Then they go back and forth. Murphy gets the better of the exchange, lands a series of kicks, but runs into an insigity. And then Murphy with an inside cradle, but Rollins kicked out at 2. He elbows him and hits a Falcon Arrow for 2. Sets up for the blackout stomp, the curb stomp. Murphy avoids it a couple of times, then kicks Rollins on the top rope. And then Murphy, and then puts him on the top rope, but eventually Seth Rollins hits the stomp in the middle of the ring. So Seth Rollins picks up the victory. Match is all right. He gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that was that. But afterwards, Rollins goes to the outside, gets a kendo stick. And then we see Aaliyah asking her dad and her brother to help Murphy, but they're like, we're not helping him. We're not going to help him because he's with you. Screw you. So Aaliyah's like, I'm going to help my man. So she goes down to help him. Rollins starts trash talking Murphy to kill time while Aaliyah shows up. Rollins asks her what she's going to do and starts laying in kendo stick shots to Murphy. Aaliyah then comes into the ring, tries to shield him, which brings out Dominic. Rollins leaves the ring. Dominic's like, what are you doing? And then Rollins jumps Dominic from behind, which brings out Rey Mysterio with a chair. And then Rollins heads out again. Rey checks on his kids, and he asks Aaliyah, what are you doing out here? So Aaliyah helps Murphy up. And then Murphy's like, hey, I'm fucking her. And behind her back. So maybe Murphy's playing Aaliyah. Maybe it's just Murphy's like playing. It's like I'm playing like, oh, I'm gonna be with you, Aaliyah, but in the back of my mind, I'm gonna fuck you. Not like that, but okay, I'm gonna screw you again. And then Aaliyah's gonna be heartbroken. How can you do this to me? I'm only 19. She's only 19. 19. Anyway, bad singing by me. Stupid trying my best winger impersonation, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's that. So we'll see what happens with this situation next week on SmackDown. I think Murphy's gonna turn on Aaliyah and side back up with Seth. They're gonna do Seth and Murphy. They're gonna continue with the Seth Murphy storyline. So I don't know what's gonna happen with this with all this. I still think Murphy's gonna dump Aaliyah. Sad to be her, but Aaliyah's on a paper appearance. Of course, she's in college. She's still in college right now. She's taking acting classes. She's doing pretty good for herself, but for a girl that doesn't know anything about the wrestling business. So, and she's gonna be signing a big time contract pretty soon because Vince likes her. Old senile pervert himself. Vince likes 19-year-olds. Go figure. And that's that. So we'll see what happens with this situation next week on the program, and that's that. So I gave all that. I gave the Aftermath 3 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, then we see a production assistant tell Paul Heyman that it's time for Roman to go to the ring. Heyman reminds him that Roman operates on his own timetable, but he'll let him know that this peon stopped by. So that brings us to breaks. Roman next. And then after that, we go to break. We come back with a recap of the main event from last week. which was it Roman versus was Braun Strowman, and Roman beat Braun Strowman, beat his ass after the match too with a chair, and then Jey Uso started, got pissed off and then hit Roman with the chair, and Roman hit the Superman punch to end the show. It's to stand tall. So we get that, and we go into the ring. We get Roman Reigns, and my name is Paul Heyman. They come out. So Heyman, not gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. So he gives the mic to Roman because he is the tribal chief. And we have to bow down to him. And then we see in the back Jey Uso in Roman Reigns' suite. He starts mocking Roman a bit. Says Roman's changed. He's got his head so far up his own ass. He's lost his connections with everyone around him. And we see it's Jimmy, not Jay, but it is what it is. Anyway, Jay, and then Jay comes from behind and tries to attacks Roman. He avoids a spear attempt and then gets a chair. And then Jay gets a chair kicked into his ugly face. Then Jay with a super kick, and then goes to the top rope, hits that big time splash. And then Jimmy comes out, and both Usos celebrate on the ramp. Roman stands at Heyman, hands on the mic again. Roman tells them they can think this is funny because they don't understand, but he understands. And he says if they make him quit, he won't be the champion anymore. He won't be anything. But when he makes Jay quit, which he will, Jay will fall in line and take orders and acknowledge him for who he is and all he does. But if he can't, then he's out. If he can't do that, then he's out of the family, I guess. Jimmy and Jay and their families and all the posterity will be out of the family. Those will be the consequences for Jay when he loses. So he's basically out of the family, which will suck for Jay. That's what I said about that. And then Reigns poses with the belt, and then we see the Hell in a Cell structure start coming down and descending around him. So we see the red bars, which are pretty cool. But I just don't like it being red. I think it's just fucking stupid. Just bring back the silver cage. Not make it look like it's 25 feet tall, like it was back when, Undertaker fought Shawn Michaels and Undertaker fought Mick Foley. That type of hell. Not this fucking box. But it is what it is. So they bring down the cell. Then Jay starts climbing the cell to pose, staring down at Roman. And that's what ends SmackDown. I thought Jay was gonna go to the top of the cell and just look down and maybe goad Roman to come join him up on top of the cage, but that would have been really interesting. But somebody's going off the cell on Sunday. I don't know who it's gonna be. It could be Roman. It could be. I doubt it's gonna be Roman. I think it might be Jey Uso. It might be Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre. Someone's going off the cell. Then again, it could be Bayley and Sasha. They could fight on top of the fucking cell for all we care. I think that'd be, but I think that's not gonna happen because it'd be too dangerous for them to do that. One of them falls off the top of the cell. They're dead. But we'll see what happens with that. Somebody's going off the cell. I just have a feeling. I don't think we're gonna get a Mick Foley type moment, but somebody's going off the cell. Probably like we see they climb up the cell on where the announce tables are, and then somebody just he hits them and then he grabs the head, slams him into the cage, and goes boing onto the announce table, breaks. Like what we've seen before with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins both going through the table at Hell in a Cell a couple years ago. And Shawn Michaels dangling from the top of Hell in a Cell, and he fell onto the announce table. And we all know Mick Foley getting thrown 25 feet off the top of the cell, and almost luckily he didn't die. Fucking busted up his shoulder and fucking tooth in his nose, and somehow finished the match and almost won the damn thing. You know, he got backdropped on the million tacks, and then got tombstone pile driven right in the middle of the ring, and busted the Undertaker up too. Both men would. Well, he wasn't bleeding like profusely, but Taker got cut open a little bit. That's probably the most epic freaking Hell in a Cell match ever. A lot of people saying Shawn Michaels HBK was the best Hell in a Cell. I doubt. I think that's number two. Number one is definitely Foley and Taker, but that's that. So we'll see what happens on with that. So I gave that segment 3.25 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens at Hell in a Cell this Sunday with Jay and Roman. I think Roman is going to beat Jay. I think he's going to make him quit. And then Jay's going to be out of the family. And then Jimmy's going to try to fight for his brother. And then we're going to get Roman versus Jimmy. Probably at the Survivor Series. Not that I give two craps. But eventually, if that does happen, Roman's going to beat Jimmy, kick him out of the family. And then eventually he's going to form this Samoan dynasty. Maybe with, bringing him back into the fold, and then he's gonna have Tamina come in. Not that I care about Tamina. And then he's gonna have I think his cousin was brother Lance Anoa'i, who's been on the WWE radar as a late day one. Roman wants him to come in. So Roman will have Jimmy and Jay, Tamina, and his brother Lance Anoa'i as part of this Samoan dynasty. I don't know if they're going to get anybody else. Not that I think that anybody else is Samoan. Besides Alpha, and I don't know if Sika's still alive, but... So we'll see that. And Rikishi, of course. Rikishi might get involved in this whole thing. He did with the thing at the last paper. Well, it was the last paper. I think it was the last pay-per-view in a vignette promo. We saw Rikishi, we saw Alpha, and we heard from other people with Roman and Jay, and Jimmy Uso talked about his brother and everything like that. So it was a good promo from Roman as always, and a good promo from Jay. Good stuff from Jay and Jimmy. They kind of psyched out Roman. Beat him up a little bit, but Roman just beat the crap out of him anyway. And then the last thing we see is Jay climbing up the cell and looking down on Roman. That was funny. That was pretty nice. I liked how it ended. Pretty good ending for SmackDown. And we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what happens on Sunday with all that. And I think my computer froze. That's not good. I can't end the video. So we get that, and that's it. And I can't end the video. Why can't I end the video? Oh, there we go. Well, I went full zoom. Hold on a second. All right, there we go. I went full. My computer is going completely berserk, but it is what it is. So my final rating for SmackDown, I gave it 6 out of 10 stars. It wasn't that bad of a show. I know, still competing. It was on Fox Sports 1, so I don't know what the ratings are going to be tomorrow for the show. I think it got destroyed by Game 3 of the World Series, which I think the Dodgers won tonight. So it's 2-1 Dodgers. Going into Game 4, which I think is tomorrow night. I think game five. Wait, is game? I think game five is on Sunday. If well, it's going five as right now. So we'll see if it ends in five or goes through game six. But we'll see what happens with that. But LA is up 2-1, so we'll see what happens with that. But one team is going to have a double champion this year. He's going to be LA with the Lakers and the Dodgers, or it's going to be Tampa Bay with the Lightning and the Tampa Bay Rays. Then again, if the Buccaneers get to the Super Bowl and win it, then you have a triple. They have a big time. They have all three major teams in Tampa Bay with championships. They'll have like 3 parades in Tampa Bay. Everybody will be in Tampa Bay. But I don't think Tampa Bay's going to. They'll make the playoffs, but they're not going to. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl. Because we all know who is going to the Super Bowl. That is the San Francisco 49ers. They're going to beat the crap out of Cam Newton on Sunday. Even though Mr. Belichick knows a little bit of secrets with Jimmy G. So he's going to devise some schemes on the defensive line with his defensive coach. He's trying to psych out Jimmy, and Jimmy's going to probably have a really bad game. Hopefully not. I just think the Niners are going to win. I just can't see him losing this game, even though they got a pretty hard schedule after that. Next week, I think they got the Packers, or the Packers or Seattle. I think it's next week. No, the start of the hard road ahead until their bye week on week 11. So after this week, they got 5 weeks of torture. We got the Packers, the Seattle, the Rams again, the Saints. Ugh. Gonna be a pain in the ass. And I think they play Arizona in that little time frame as well before the bye week. So if they can go 6-5, that'd be great. If they go 7-4, that'd be pretty good. 8-3 would be amazing, but I don't think they're gonna go 9-2. I don't think they're gonna pull off 9-2. I have a feeling they're not going to do it, but 7-4, 6-5 would be nice. They'll still be in the playoff hunt. I think they'll make the playoffs as a wild card. I don't think they're going to win the division. I think Seattle's basically got that wrapped up. Even unless something happens to Russell Wilson between now and at the end of the season, and with COVID and all this shit going on. But we'll see what happens with that. And in the AFC, you gotta look to the Ravens now because they got Dez Bryant and Tampa. In the NFC, looking for Tampa Bay got some big news with Antonio Brown. So Brady's got another weapon besides Gronk. So that's gonna be some exciting stuff to see in Tampa Bay. And I think the Niners play Tampa Bay this year. My book's over there. I'm not going to go get it. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So that's it. Thank you all for watching this video. Once again, 6 out of 10 stars for Smackdown. It was a pretty decent show. Some good stuff. Leading into Hell in a Cell, we got another match announced. Otis versus The Miz for the Money in the Bank contract. I don't know if maybe some more will be announced either tomorrow or on the show. There's already 5 matches. I think most of the Hell in a Cell matches are probably like 20, maybe 30 minutes long. So we'll see what happens with that. Sasha and Bayley going to be the main event, so that's going to go at least 20, maybe 25 minutes. So, and the pay-per-view starts at 7 o'clock, I believe. So it should end about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I don't think it's going to go more than that. But we'll see. You never know. And I don't think it's going to be that great, but they could surprise us. But we'll see what happens with that. So that's it. So 6 out of 10 stars for SmackDown. Thank you all for watching. Leave me your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section of the video. And if you have any questions down below, put it down below, or hit me up via Facebook or Twitter. If you're on Facebook, just type in Peter Goma, you'll find me somewhere. If you're on Twitter, hit the link down below and follow me on Twitter. Hopefully we can get on the road to 20,000 followers on Twitter. All real followers, by the way. Nothing fake about that crap. It's called promotion. That's why what I used to do, I shared my videos on Twitter, and then a lot of people watched the video, and then they in turn would tell their friends, and then their friends would follow me. You know, I just got followed by my good Joe Cronin's good buddy Jake DeMarco. Big ups to Jake DeMarco. Thank you for following me, and hope you're having a good day and a good weekend. And maybe one day we'll have him and Joe would do a show together. Maybe if I have the time and the energy, maybe if Joe wants me on the show, I could always DM Joe. If I don't have Discord. I have Discord on my laptop, so he'll have to add him. You have to add me on Discord. Yes, I picked my nose. On this what it is. And that's that. So it is what it is, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So thank you for watching. Tomorrow night, episode 182 of the Gilmore Chronicles, my Hell in a Cell predictions. Get you ready for Hell in a Cell on Sunday, and then Sunday afternoon, early afternoon, I'm going to do my AEW and NXT review. So it's probably going to be like I'm not going to go long into it. Probably paraphrase a little bit of the results. Talk a little bit about it. Probably go about maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Who knows? Depending on if there's any chat. I don't want to go too long with the review, but we'll see what happens with that. And then later on Sunday night, get the Hell in a Cell review. We can go a little bit long on that one. Maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. Who knows? I'm not gonna go 3 hours. We're gonna go like about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on if people come into the chat. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. Then get ready for Monday Night Raw, the aftermath of Hell in a Cell this Monday night. Should be some good stuff. Probably a bunch of rematches. But we'll see what happens as we get on the road to Survivor Series, which is 3 weeks away. Let me just check my after one. Let's start the road to Survivor Series and the NXT War Games at this Wednesday night. Not next Wednesday night, because this Wednesday night is is Halloween Havoc. Spin the wheel, make the deal. That should be a pretty good event. This Wednesday night, we got AEW with the semifinals of the AEW World Title Tournament. We got Kenny Omega taking on Pentagon Zero Miedo, as he's taking over for Rey Fenix, who hurt his neck. So he forfeited his match because he beat Pentagon, his brother, and then he got a neck injury and was forced to give up the win. So it's gonna be Kenny versus Pentagon Jr. in the first semifinal, and in the second semifinal is gonna be Wardlow taking on Hangman Adam Page to see who goes to the finals at Full Gear, and who wins the number one contender to face either Moxley or Eddie Kingston. After that, after Full Gear, probably on a special episode of Dynamite. So, but we all know who's going to win the world title by the end of this year. We all know. The Cleaner. But we'll see what happens with that. So, some good wrestling coming on this weekend. And next week, we got Bound for Glory tomorrow night for TNA. Should be a pretty good show. I'm not going to review it. I'm not gonna watch it because I'll be at work, and I really don't want to look at it. So I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna review it. So all those who think I'm gonna do a review for Bound for Glory, not gonna do it. I'll read the results, but I'm probably not gonna. I'm not gonna review it. I'm not. I'll probably talk about it on for a little bit on TGC 180 182 in between in between the probably at the end of the video. I'll talk a little bit about Bound for Glory. So I'll give you the results of that, of Bound for Glory, who won, and that's that. So I'm kind of shifting away from TNA, and I haven't been watching any of it that much. I've been watching a lot of Ring of Honor now lately, but eventually, probably next year, I'll get back to doing Ring of Honor reviews. But we'll see what happens with that. What happens with next year, what I'm going to be doing with my channels next year. Probably be doing more of the same, but I could add more content with some music reviews and some other things on my Peter Gilmore channel, my Metal God channel. Any more deaths coming up at the end this year or going into next year, and then maybe some more rants coming your way on the PG Rants channel. I don't know if I'll be doing one anytime by the end of the year. Maybe after Election Day. Maybe on Election Day I'll do a rant, depending if Biden wins. If Biden wins, I'll probably do a rant. Because the country's gonna go into full riot mode if Biden wins. There's gonna be a lot of riots and protests and just utter chaos. Probably on November the 4th, around the country and around the world. To coincide with this fucking virus. It's going to continue. I might do a part 3 of Fuck This Virus. But by the end of the year. I want to do one by the end of the year, but we'll see what happens with that. Then on this channel, I'll be doing be more the same Raw and SmackDown reviews mostly. That'll be it. Nothing out of the ordinary. I might do previews. I might do something else. I might add some more content. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. And on TGC Reborn, it'll just be a big smorgasbord of predictions, and that'll be it mostly. Maybe some movie reviews, some like TV talk, like with Supernatural going off the air soon, The Walking Dead going off the air soon, and they'll make with the Walking Dead. What's going to happen afterwards with Tales of the Walking Dead, which is the next series, I believe. They're bringing back Andrea. They're having a prequel with Ezekiel. That should be pretty good. And then they're having a spin-off with Daryl and Carol. Maybe they'll bring Rick back. I don't know. Maybe they'll bring Carl. Bring Carl back somehow. I don't know. They'll probably bring back all the people that died and make it like a prequel. Everything will be a prequel to everything. Like we'll see Rick Grimes as a cop before season 1 started. See, all that stuff before the apocalypse happened. So we'll get that. That should be some pretty good stuff. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's all I got to say about that. So that's it. So thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gomez signing off. Once again, 6 out of 10 stars for SmackDown. We got Hell in a Cell on Sunday. Should be decent. We'll see what happens. And don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow with my predictions for Hell in a Cell on TGC 182. Sunday, I got 2 videos on Sunday, my AEW and NXT review on the Peter Gilmore channel, and as well as my Hell in a Cell review Sunday night after Hell in a Cell goes off the air, probably about an hour and a half after Hell in a Cell goes off the air. Do the review, and then Monday, get you ready for Monday Night Raw. Do my Monday Night Raw review, and then get you ready for this week of wrestling as we get into Halloween Havoc for NXT, AEW show on Wednesday, and then next week, this next Friday with SmackDown, and then I might do another Gilmore Chronicles with talking about Halloween. Maybe my well, I used to do it back in the day. I'm gonna relive it. My top 5 or top 10 horror films of all time. Might do that, or might talk about my best horror franchises, best horror movies, stuff like that. Bring that back maybe for episode 183 of the Gilmore Chronicles. Not I'm gonna dress up or anything because I don't have my mask or anything. Or my mask in the that room over there. You can see it over there. And it's all boarded up. Not boarded up. It's just messed up, and I can't get into it right now. But eventually I will. So, and I gotta work that day, but on Halloween. But I don't have to go until 5:00. But I have to get out like 11:30, so I'll probably be home by like midnight. And then I should get November 1st off when we have to turn back the clock. So I get an extra hour of sleep on November next Sunday. That should be nice. I might be off that day. We'll see. And then maybe I'm off. I'll definitely be off on election day. So me and the missus will be going to the polls and voting for Trump. And you should too. Vote for Trump is a vote for a greater America. And that's all I gotta say about it. But we'll see what happens when by midnight on November the 3rd we'll have a new president. We should have a new president by midnight. Midnight by 1-2 o'clock in the morning on November the 3rd, early November the 4th. We might have a new president or in Joe Biden, or we'll have President Trump get reelected. Hopefully it'll be President Trump. But right now, a lot of the polls are leaning towards Biden right now. He might be getting the 270 votes he needs to win the election. But Biden shot himself in the foot last night at the debate. Saying that we're going to transition from oil. No. And then Trump's basically bashing the living shit out of him. So I think Joe Biden might have shot himself in the foot and might have cost himself the election. And a lot of votes, too. But, because he lied. He lied through his teeth during that fucking debate. Trump basically incinerated him. My opinion, but it is what it is. And that's that. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. And I'm Peter Gomez signing off. Have a great rest of your Friday night and an even better weekend. On Saturday, have a great Saturday. I'm gonna work Saturday, so I won't be on until later Saturday night. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night for my Hell in a Cell predictions. And that's it. So thank you all for watching. I'm gonna edit this baby up and go to bed. And that's it. So thank you all for watching. I'm out. Peace, bitches!